is Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player 1. Player 2. Player 3. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Brevet.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories. Turn, turn, turn. World flags. Where's that? TV shows by Emmy winner. In the dictionary. And waterworks. Player 1, where do we start? 2009, Glenn Close. It's player 3. No, that's not right. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Let's hear it, player 1. You get to pick again, player 1. Portland, Salem, and Eugene are the largest cities in this state. Okay, player 1. That's correct. Please pick again, player 1. Upon its 1914 completion, this shortened a ship's voyage between New York City and San Francisco by about 8,000 miles. Player 1. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's what we were looking for. The Panama Canal. We return to you, player 1. It's a 7-letter synonym for majorette, from what she does with her baton. Let's hear it, player 1. Correct. Player 1, back to you for our next selection. This enclosed glass container is used to keep plants and small animals, such as turtles and lizards. Yes, player 1? You got it. Select again. Appropriately, the word volcano comes from the name of this Roman god. Okay, player 3. That is correct. On the plus side again. Player 3, you start us off. Let's take it over to Sarah.
In the pronunciation for the word circus, the U is an unstressed vowel and is marked with what looks like an inverted E, called this.
We're talking about schwa. Player 3, back to you for our next selection. Answer? The Daily Double. You're in second now, but with an opportunity to catch up a bit. So, what's the clue? The name of this horse breed tells us that it originated in the Perche area of France. That is correct. You again, player 3. 2008, Alec Baldwin. It's player 2. Correct. Player 2, you start us off. Looking like it's going to get the boot, and covering nearly 10,000 square miles, it's the largest island in the Mediterranean. It's player 1. Correct. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 1, you make the next selection as we continue. Like many countries, Albania has this bird as a symbol, and its flag shows a two-headed one. We're talking about the eagle. Player 1, pick again. Wellington is its capital. Here's the response we were looking for. New Zealand. Player 1, back to you for our... Take me to your lemur. This island country lies about 240 miles east of the African mainland. Let's hear it, player 1. Right you are. You get to pick again, player 1. 2009, Bryan Cranston. Okay, player 3. That's right, way to go. Player 3, where do we start? 2011, Juliana Margulies. Okay, player 2. Any other takers? It's player 1. That's it. Player 1, make a selection, please. As 2004, Cynthia Nixon. Okay, player 3. That's correct. Player 3, where do we start? A waterfall provides only temporary safety from the Hurons for Alice and Cora in this Fenimore Cooper novel. Here's the response we were looking for. The Last of the Mohicans. Player 3, you pick again, please. An old man recalls his time with the Benzini Brothers Circus in water for These Large Beasts. It's player 1. Right. Player 1, you start. Like a loon's, a tern's feet have this feature, yet terns are not notable swimmers. It's player 3. Good. All right, let's get back into this. Player 3 has... The sooty tern is about 16 inches long, with a white forehead, and is otherwise this color above and white below. It's player 3. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else? It's player 1. Yes. All right, let's get back into this. Player 1 has this geographic tern's 20,000-mile trip gives it the longest migration of any bird. Player 3? No, that's not right. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's the correct response. The Arctic tern. Player 1, back to you for our next selection. Terns eat insects, small fish, and this type of arthropod whose name comes from the Latin for hard-shelled ones. Let's hear it, player 2. That's right, way to go. On the plus side again. All right, let's get back into this. Player 2 has control. This country readopted its old red, white, and blue flag in 1991. Let's hear it, player 2. That's correct. Select again. Conrad's Heart of Darkness was inspired by his voyage up this African river. It's player 1. Yeah! Good. Player 1, where do we start? Named for the sea between Southeast Europe and Asia, this 21-inch long bird is one of the largest kinds of tern. Let's hear it, player 2. Oh. No, sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Player 1? Hey, you're right. Player 1, back to you for our next selection. In 1996, to represent unity, Ethiopia put this 5-pointed star with mystical overtones on its flag. Okay, player 1. Yeah! Right. We return to you, player 1. Here's Kelly. She'll show you.
One legend says that the design of this country's flag was inspired by the reflection of the moon and a star in a pool of blood after the Battle of Manzikert.
Here's the response we were looking for. Turkey. Player 1, choose again. This phrase appears on the flag of Brazil. Okay, player 2. On the plus side again. Player 2, you start. This final Joyce novel's ending leads back to its beginning. River Run past Eve and Adams. Okay, player 2. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's what we wanted. Finnegan's Wake. And here's the $1,000 clue. This author's The Open Boat is based on his experience surviving an 1897 shipwreck. Here's the correct response. Stephen Crane. Player 2 is in third place and will select first in the Double Jeopardy round, as we always do, right after this break. Categories for the Double Jeopardy round are French class, Amelia Earhart, Insect Invasion, Key to the City, Royalty on Film, and The Arts. Hey, it's still anyone's game, and player 2, you get to select. The Gobelin factory of France was famous for these wall hangings and began manufacturing them around 1600. Here's what we wanted.
Tapestries.
Player 2, back to you.
This author of Timon of Athens was part owner of London's Blackfriars Theatre.
The correct response is
William Shakespeare.
we return to you, Player 2. Answer, the first of the daily doubles. Player 2, you're in last place, but here's an opportunity to catch. Player 2, here is your daily double clue.
Beginning around 1790 in New York City, Duncan Fife was a leader in the artful manufacturing of this.
Good. Please pick again, Player 2.
His portrait of Jonathan Buttall is known as the Blue Boy.
Player 2. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Player 1? That's right, way to go. Player 1, make a selection, please, as we continue. Responsible for millions of cases of malaria each year, the Anopheles variety of this insect is one deadly bug. Let's hear it, Player 3. Sorry. Anyone else? Yes, Player 1? Correct. You again, Player 1. About 300,000 people in Africa suffer from sleeping sickness, spread by the tsetse variety of this insect. Player 3? No, sorry. Anyone else? Player 1? Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Okay, Player 2. Yep. Player 2, you start us off. There are 20,000 known species of these insects, including social, parasitic, and killer types. Okay, Player 1. Right. A lot of clues, a lot of categories, Player 1. Puny nickname for various insects of the family Sciaridae. Here's the correct response. The gnat. We return to you, Player 1. Of the 1 million species of insects, more than 300,000 are of this type, including the ladybug. Here's the correct response. Beetles. Select again. Fin de siècle refers specifically to the ending of one of these time periods. Let's hear it, Player 3. Ooh, sorry. That's incorrect. Any other takers? Let's hear it, Player 1. Nope. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? It's player 2. Yes. Player 2, start us. In French, the English Channel is called la manche, meaning this part of a shirt or coat. Let's hear it, player 1. No. Oh! Anyone else? Here's what we wanted.
The sleeve.
Please pick again, player 2.
Check out the Key of Karakoy in this city, known as Constantinople during the Byzantine Empire.
Player 1? Yeah! That's right. Way to go. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 1, you make the next selection as we continue.
Literally half-world, it's a class of women of dubious reputation.
We're talking about...
The demi-monde.
We return to you, player 1. Answer.
Yeah!
The other daily double. You are currently in the lead. How much? Answer this.
Literally, à la mode doesn't mean with ice cream, but this two-word phrase.
Congratulations, you're still in first, player 1. Select again.
It's the branch of cooking devoted to prepared meat products such as ham and pâté.
Let's hear it, player 3. That's it. Player 3, you're in command of the board as we continue right now.
Government building on Lambton Quay in this New Zealand capital is one of the world's largest wooden buildings.
Yes, player 1? That's it. Player 1, you start us off.
A large stone quay built by the French in 1780 is still used in Port-au-Prince, its capital.
The correct response is
Haiti.
player 1, back to you.
We wonder whether a steamroller was used to form the many quays of this German city chartered in 1607.
The correct response is Mannheim. Please pick again, player 1.
Circular Quay is a hub of transportation and tourism in this city.
The correct response is
Sydney.
player 1. You pick again, please. Let's go to the clue crew for this next clue.
Beginning around 447 BC, Phidias supervised the making of the sculptures for this ancient structure.
Okay, player 1. Sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's the correct response.
The Parthenon.
Player 1, you pick again, please.
Helen Mirren as this queen in The Queen.
Okay, player one. Right. Player one, choose again.
Kate Blanchett in 1998 as this title queen.
Here's what we wanted.
Elizabeth I.
You again, player one.
Kirsten Dunst in 2006 as this title queen.
Yes, player one.
Woo! Good.
Select again.
Robert Shaw was him in A Man for All Seasons.
Here's what we were looking for.
Henry VIII.
We return to you, player one.
Katharine Hepburn was her in The Lion in Winter.
The correct response is
Eleanor of Aquitaine.
player one. Choose again.
Amelia's first plane was bright yellow and named for this songbird.
It's player one. That's it. Player one, back to you for...
In June of 1928, Amelia became the first woman to fly across this body of water, though she was only a passenger.
Okay, player one. Is correct. Player one.
In 1935, Amelia flew solo in about 18 hours from Wheeler Field in this state to Oakland, California.
Here's the correct response.
Hawaii.
Player one, back to you.
On her last flight, Amelia Earhart took off from this large island.
It's player two. Good, good. Back on the plus side. And the $2,000 clue?
Amelia was promised her independence when she married a member of this prominent publishing family.
Here's what we were looking for.
Putnam.
All three of you will participate in Final Jeopardy right after this. Consider your wagers carefully as you think on this category. Animals. Please enter your wager. And now the final clue.
The genus of this Asian animal is Ailuropoda, and its species name, appropriately, is Melanoleuca.
What did you put as your response? And that correct response will add... Let's see your response. And this correct response will add how much to your score? What did you say? And that correct response will add... Player one, congratulations to you. So long.